Hi there and welcome to the Daily Arsenal News Show. Let's dive into today's top stories. Paul Merson says one player has completely transformed Arsenal this season. Paul Merson claims Declan Rice has completely transformed Mikel Arteta's Arsenal side this season. The Arsenal legend has been discussing his former side's emphatic 6-0 win at Sheffield United. Declan Rice was one of 5 Arsenal players to get on the score sheet, and the midfielder also popped up with an assist. The 24-year-old has thrived since making the switch to North London after some balked at the £105 million fee the Gunners paid to sign him. Arsenal currently boast the best defensive record in the Premier League, having conceded just 23 times in 27 games, and Paul Merson believes their improvements in the defensive third are largely down to Rice's impact in midfield. Speaking to Sky Sports, Merson compared Rice to Manchester City star Rodri and claims the Englishman has had a similar impact at Arsenal. He said, "They are so different to last season because Declan Rice has taken them to another level. He is up there with Rodri, and that's why Man City and Arsenal have great defenses. They are so disciplined, and it's unbelievable." It's hard to disagree with Merson's verdict, as Rice has played a key role in Arsenal's defensive improvements this term. Even in the absence of Thomas Partey, the Gunners have looked formidable in the middle of the park. Rice has also excelled in an attacking sense this season, as he's managed 5 goals and 6 assists in the league. As signings go, you'd have to put the 24-year-old right up there due to the impact he's had on this Arsenal side. If Arteta's side do manage to get over the line in the title race this season, Rice's displays in the middle of the park will be viewed as key to their success. Declan Rice shares what Mikel Arteta was constantly doing in training before Sheffield United game. Declan Rice claims that Mikel Arteta continuously reminded his Arsenal players of the need to pick up 3 points at Sheffield United in training last week. The Gunners headed into last night's clash at Bramall Lane 5 points behind league leaders Liverpool, and a victory felt like a must for Mikel Arteta's side. It's fair to say that Arsenal delivered as they thrashed Sheffield United 6-0 away from home. Arteta's side now sit just 2 points off the pace in the race for the Premier League title, and just 1 point behind current champions Manchester City. And it would seem that Arteta was keen to constantly remind his players of the task at hand heading into last night's game. Speaking to the Evening Standard, Rice claimed Arteta had been on at his Arsenal players all week. He said, "I think when you come to a team like Sheffield United, who are fighting for their lives, it can always be a sticky game. But it's about mindset, it's about mentality, body language, pushing each other, and straight from the first whistle, it was on our mind. The manager has been on at us all week that we have to go out and give it absolutely everything to get 3 points. It was a beautiful first half." Arteta will be fully aware of the need to be near flawless between now and the end of the season. Arsenal need to reminders of what happened last season when they suffered a dip in form at the wrong time. The Gunners are certainly the standout team in the league at the moment, and with 11 games left to play, they look set to take the title race to the wire. As we've seen so many times in the past, Liverpool and Man City rarely let up in these situations. Picking up wins over the likes of Sheffield United feels like a must for Arsenal at this stage, and to their credit, they made easy work of it on Monday evening. Sky Sports pundit says one Arsenal player was even better than Declan Rice and Bukayo Saka versus Sheffield United. Sky Sports pundit Alan Smith has named Martin Odegaard as his player of the match ahead of Bukayo Saka and Declan Rice after Arsenal beat Sheffield United last night. The Gunners had an easy night out yesterday. They were in total control of the game from the first minute until the last, and skipper Odegaard was pulling the strings for Arsenal. Arsenal captain Martin Odegaard opened the scoring for Arsenal against Sheffield United last night. The Norway international got on the end of Declan Rice's cutback from the left side, and he tapped the ball into the back of the net to give his side a deserved lead. Odegaard went on to have a fine game, but he wasn't the only one. Rice was fantastic all night as well, while Bukayo Saka, who only played in the first half, was outstanding too. At the end of the game, when picking his player of the match, Alan Smith decided to snub Rice and Saka and went with Odegaard. The pundit said on Sky Sports the following: "There are a few candidates for the player of the match, Saka, Rice, Martinelli, but I'm going to give it to the skipper. He has been at the heart of so much that has been so smooth, so spectacular at times." It's hard to pick one Arsenal player for the Man of the Match award, as almost everyone had a tremendous game against Sheffield United. However, you can't really blame Alan Smith for picking Martin Odegaard. BBC's Garth Crooks did the same too. In his 90 minutes on the pitch, Odegaard had 115 touches of the ball and completed 84 of his 93 attempted passes, boasting an impressive 90% passing accuracy. The Norwegian, who scored Arsenal's opener, also registered 4 key passes and created a big chance. Odegaard had a truly outstanding game. If he can keep this form up until the end of the season, Arsenal could go a step further than they did last season. Martin Odegaard makes a claim about David de Gea after Arsenal thrashed Sheffield United. Martin Odegaard made a claim about David de Gea after Arsenal thrashed Sheffield United. We have barely heard David de Gea's name mentioned in recent weeks as Arsenal continue to blow opposition sides away. The Gunners have netted 31 goals and picked up 7 consecutive wins in the process in the league. During their winning streak, Gea has conceded just 3 goals, with Arsenal conceding an average of just 0.31 xG across their last 7 games. But while it's Arsenal's attacking players receiving the plaudits right now, Martin Odegaard was keen to point out Raya's contributions after their last win. Speaking to Sky Sports, Odegaard claimed that Raya and the Arsenal backline provide the foundations for the attacking players to thrive. He said, "I think it's unbelievable the work we put in without the ball. I think it's easy when you look at us. We won 6-0, and some of the other games we played recently we won a lot. You can talk about what we do in front of the goal, but I think the work we do without the ball, from the front line all the way to the back to the goalkeeper, it's really good, and it's a pleasure to be part of that, and we feel really safe when we are defending, and I think that's so crucial. It makes it a lot easier for us to attack as well, so we have to find the right balance, and I think we are doing that good at the moment." It's fair to say that Raya endured a shaky start to life at the Emirates Stadium after his summer switch from Brentford. Much was made about the 28-year-old replacing fan favourite Aaron Ramsdale between the sticks, but as Ian Wright has recently claimed, Mikel Arteta's decision to sign the Spaniard has been proven right in recent weeks. Raya's composure on the ball has been a huge asset for the Gunners, and it's helped them to completely dominate games. 24-year-old clearly needs to leave Arsenal. Arsenal's dominant display allowed them to rotate during the game as the likes of Thomas Partey and Fabio Vieira got valuable minutes after their injuries, while Cedric Soares even got to play for a bit. However, one man who was left on the bench was Edin Kaya, and Mikel Arteta's decision to leave Nketiah on the bench here may well be the death knell for the 24-year-old's Arsenal career. If ever there was a game that was perfect for Nketiah to come on and build a bit of confidence, this was it. This was an opponent that was out on their feet, barely bothering to throw a counter punch, and the striker would likely have been able to get on the score sheet and get those goal-scoring juices flowing once again. Nketiah, of course, scored a hat-trick against Sheffield United earlier this season, and this return fixture could have been a great chance for him to reignite his form. However, instead, he had to watch on from the bench and that just goes to show how little Mikel Arteta trusts him right now and how little a chance he has of playing for Arsenal between now and the end of the season. Make no mistake about it, Nketiah is way down the pecking order at Arsenal right now. He's not started a game this year and has barely played as of late, and the fact that he was left on the bench here is yet another sign that his Arsenal career is coming to an end. For his own good, Nketiah needs to leave and find another club where he can start every week. Arsenal player could move to Barcelona for free this summer. Jorginho could leave Arsenal for Barcelona when his contract expires this summer. That's according to Sport in Spain. So, what is the latest on Jorginho at Arsenal? Let's take a look. Well, according to Sport, the Italy international would be delighted to sign for Barcelona this summer. The Spanish news outlet believes Jorginho was very keen to join the Blaugrana back in 2018. Although it's said that Barcelona could not compete financially as Chelsea sealed a £57 million deal with Napoli. Now, however, the Arsenal number 20 could get his move to the Camp Nou. Sport explains that Deco, director of football at Barcelona, needs to focus on free transfers given the club's financial issues and has identified Jorginho as a potential option. The Portuguese negotiator is said to know the 32-year-old very well and believes he would be a fantastic addition at Barcelona. Jorginho has made 26 appearances in all competitions this season, scoring 1 goal, while also providing 1 assist as he becomes a key man under Mikel Arteta. Jorginho has really stepped up at Arsenal this season, and Arteta will surely want Edu to sort out a new contract in the coming weeks. If an agreement does materialize between Arsenal and Jorginho, who is also wanted by Juventus, it could see Thomas Partey leave the Emirates Stadium. That's according to Kaya Kainak of Football London. The reliable journalist told the Arsenal beat, "I think the proof is in the pudding, particularly with Partey, that in the summer Arsenal were willing to sell him, and they probably will be again this summer. Arsenal have essentially moved on from Partey. He was such an important player, but they have moved on. They brought in Declan Rice, they brought in Jorginho. They will make a decision on whether to extend Jorginho's contract, but I imagine if they do extend Jorginho's contract, that's kind of it for Thomas Partey's Arsenal career, because they do want to sign another midfielder this summer. Be sure to keep an eye on the situation, as Jorginho's future at Arsenal is currently clouded in uncertainty." Arsenal make £55 million Barcelona star top target for the summer window. Mikel Arteta will look to bring a winger to Arsenal this summer, and the Spanish coach is monitoring one of his long-term targets in Rafinha. Back in the summer of 2022, the Gunners attempted to sign Rafinha from Leeds, but their bid was rejected by the Yorkshire club as per Sky Sports. The North London club were one of several teams interested in the Brazilian star, but the winger chose to move to Barcelona as part of a £55 million deal. Things have not gone perfectly for Rafinha in Spain, and this season, the 27-year-old is not a key player for Xavi, as the Barca boss has preferred Lamine Yamal on the right of his front three. With the Catalan club suffering from financial issues, they may sell Rafinha this summer to fund their transfer window, and Arsenal are still interested in bringing the player to North London. According to Toto Vigaches, Arsenal want Rafinha ahead of the summer transfer window and have made the winger a top target. No talks or negotiations have begun over a deal, but the report says that they will take place in the coming weeks. Barcelona are open to selling the Brazilian for a reasonable fee, and that will likely be less than the £55 million they paid for the former Leeds star back in 2022. Rafinha would add strength and depth to Arteta's squad, but the winger will not start over Bukayo Saka. It's uncertain if this appeals to the Barcelona star, as this is the same situation he finds himself in at the moment. Many things can change between now and the opening of the transfer window, so this is a deal to keep an eye on, as the player is somebody the Gunners have wanted for a long time. As we wrap up today's Arsenal news, remember to stay tuned for daily updates right here on the channel. Don't miss out on the latest updates, so make sure to hit that subscribe button and give us a like if you found this information valuable. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for watching, and until next time, take care.